Welcome to the College Basketball Preview Show on the Grueling True Sports Network. I'm your host, Mike Goodpaster. Tonight, we're going to look at the Big Ten matchup as the Minnesota Golden Gophers will host the Purdue Boilermakers in a game that Purdue was favored by 5.5 points. And if you want to bet this game, the top sports book to bet it on is BetMGM. Make sure you click on the link in the description down below if you want to go to BetMGM and bet this game. All right, guys, we've got Purdue versus Minnesota. The Boilermakers are 9-4, looking for their 10th win. They take on the Minnesota Golden Gophers, who are 8-5. This is a game that will be played Thursday night. That's tonight. The Boilermakers had a dominating win against Toledo on Sunday. The Golden Gophers posted a home win against Morgan State. Now, the difference here is, let's face it, Purdue plays one of the tougher schedules in the country non-conference. Minnesota doesn't. Minnesota's already been blown out by Indiana at IU. IU's not a great team. The Boilermakers are seeking their 10th win of the season. They were 4-0 to begin the season, have been inconsistent, 2-3 over the last 5 games, but that includes a road defeat against Penn State in their conference opener, an 83-78 home win over a good Maryland team in their second conference game. They dropped a game against Auburn last week and rebounded with an 83-64 win over Toledo on Sunday, but they didn't cover the 20.5 points. Now, Trey Kaufman Red is having a solid year. The junior forward has reached 20 points on 5 occasions this season, including 21 in a win against Maryland. He has delivered an average of 18 points, 7 rebounds. Fletcher Lawyer has shot 40% or below in 4 of his past 5 games. The junior guard did sink 15 points on Sunday and is averaging 14 points on 45% shooting. Braden Smith has scored double digits in 3 of the past 5 games, including 34 points on Sunday. The junior guard has issued 14.5 points per game. Miles Colvin scored 8 points in the recent win. The sophomore guard is posting a little over 6 points per game. The Boilers are ranked 28th in D1 Kim Palm ratings and climbed 1 spot to 20 in the recent edition of the AP Top 25. They are 0-2 in the road, including a defeat against Marquette. Purdue was averaging 76 points a game, ranking 160th in the country. And on defense, they're giving up 71.8, which is 200th in the country. Now, Minnesota, looking for the first Big Ten win this season, are targeting, Purdue right here at home. Now, Minnesota has dropped its 2 conference games. That includes a home defeat against Michigan State and a road loss at Indiana. They were dominated in both games. They have since beaten Fairleigh Dickinson and a dominating 90-68 win over Morgan State. As you can see, the Golden Gophers have a winning record, but it's a mirage. There's nothing there. This team's not very good this year. Dawson Garcia is one of the best players in the conference. He's sunk 18 or more points in 5 consecutive games, including 22 in the loss at Indiana. He's sporting an average of 19 a game. He shoots 50%. Mike Mitchell has been a threat, scoring 15 or more in 3 of the last 4 games. The senior guard is averaging 13.3. Past that, though, the Golden Gophers don't have a lot here, guys. Now, this is the Big Ten. You got to be careful if you're going to bet on a away team. But the Purdue Boilermakers are not quite as dominant as they were last season, but the numbers are still good with this team. They have endured one of the most difficult schedules in the country, ranking 6th in strength of schedule, while Minnesota ranks 300th. The Golden Gophers have been mediocre, going 3-3 in their past 6 games. They're 0-2 in Big Ten play. Furthermore, Purdue is the superior offensive squad by a huge margin, averaging 120.4 points per 100 possessions. Also, the Gophers have covered a spread just once this entire season. I think this spread should be more like Purdue by 8 to 10 points at worst. I say Purdue minus 5.5 is something I will hit all day as they go to Minnesota to play the Gophers. I think Purdue wins this game somewhere in the 77-62 range. So I think you go to BetMGM, bet Purdue all day minus 5.5. The Boilermakers should run this game tonight. Make sure you follow me on X at Grueling Truth. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification on YouTube. Check out our website, thegruelingtruth.com. But for now, I'm Mike Goodpaster. You've been watching and listening to The Grueling Truth, where the legends speak.